Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training website, passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial, I'm going to give you 7 hypothetical interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. So if you have a job interview coming up for any role or any organization, make sure you stay tuned because I will help you to be successful. And just very quickly, please make sure you hit the subscribe button because I want to help you pass your interview. I can only do that if you are subscribed, and please make sure you give the video a like. That motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much. So hypothetical interview questions are often used by interviewers to assess how you think, how you approach problems, and how you are likely to perform in a given workplace situation. And examples of hypothetical interview questions include: how would you deal with an irate customer? How would you resolve conflict with a coworker? What would you do if your manager asked you to do something that you strongly disagreed with? Or how would you persuade someone in your team to see your point of view? Now, whenever answering difficult hypothetical interview questions, it is really important that you put yourselves in the shoes of the employer. What do they want to hear from your answer? And how would an ideal employee act in that given situation? So let's now take a look at 7 common hypothetical interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. I will give you the question, I will give you one really important tip for answering it, and I will then give you a brilliant example answer. Hypothetical interview question number 1 is: how would you deal with an irate customer? Now, my tip is always remember that customers are the bedrock of all businesses. Therefore, they need to be treated with respect, and you should always remain calm whilst dealing with any irate customer. Here's a really good answer. I would deal with the irate customer by listening to them, by remaining calm whilst using open body language, and by asking them questions to get to the bottom of their issue. Now, if the company was at fault for anything, I would apologize immediately and inform the customer of the steps I was going to take to put things right. At all times, I would follow company procedures and I would go out of my way to win around the customer. That is a brilliant example response to that tough hypothetical interview question: how would you deal with an irate customer? The second interview question is: how would you resolve conflict with a coworker? Now, a lot of interview candidates respond by saying, I would inform my manager immediately. That is not the way to respond to this question. My tip is, when dealing with any form of conflict, it is essential that you say that you will always try to resolve the conflict yourself first of all. Here's a really good answer to help you. I would try to resolve the conflicts myself by first assessing if I were doing anything to contribute to the conflict. I would then speak to my coworker in private to get to the bottom of the problem. I would be calm. I would be respectful and professional while speaking to them, and I would seek a resolution that we were both comfortable with so we could then move quickly forward for the sake of the team. Hypothetical interview question number 3 is: how would you respond to a difficult problem at work? Now, my tip is, whenever dealing with workplace problems, it is really important to keep a level head, to focus on what it is you want to achieve, and to gather as much information as possible so you can then make the right decision. Here's a great answer to help you. I would deal with any problem by remaining calm and by deciding what it is I want to achieve. I would gather as much factual information as possible about the issue and determine what my end goal was. I would then use the information I'd gathered to ascertain the options I had available before taking decisive action to resolve the problem that was in the best interests of the company. That's a brilliant answer to that difficult interview question: how would you respond to a difficult problem at work? Hypothetical interview question number 4 is: how would you respond to failure? That's a difficult question. Now, naturally, people dislike failure. However, failure is an opportunity for you to improve, for you to develop, and for you to help the organization you are a part of continually move forward. So it is really important to be positive about the failure and to not dwell on it in a negative manner. Here's a really good answer to help you pass your interview. I would respond to any failure by assessing what had gone wrong and the reasons why it had happened before then deciding what I needed to do to put things right. Now, with any failure, there is an opportunity to improve, so I would be transparent about it, I would apologize if needed, and I would take decisive action to put things right. I would also look to share any lessons I had learned with my manager and my co-workers so the organization could learn from it too. Difficult hypothetical interview question number 5 is, what would you do if your manager asked you to do something that you disagreed with? Wow, this is a tricky interview question. Now, this hypothetical interview question is assessing how you would react when you disagree with someone who is in a position of authority. And it is important to say that you would disagree with them, but that you would do it respectfully and professionally. Here's a really good answer to help you. I would explain to my manager in a respectful and professional manner the reasons why I disagreed with them. I would then try to offer an alternative way of working that was beneficial to the team. However, if they then still wanted me to carry out that particular task, I would do it to the best of my ability. Hypothetical interview question number 6 is, how would you prioritize multiple tasks in this role? Now, this hypothetical interview question is assessing how you manage a large workload. And the best way to answer it is to show that you are able to assess tasks quickly and carry out your duties based on the needs of the team or the company that you are a part of. So here's a really good answer to help you. I always prioritize tasks by assessing my workload, by deciding what needs to be done first based on the team's goals, and then making sure I allocate sufficient time to each task so it is completed as required. I would always keep a list of tasks that needed doing and prioritize them based on urgency. And if I needed to put in the extra hours to get a particular task completed, then I certainly will do so. Hypothetical interview question number 7 is, what if we asked you to work with a very difficult client? Now, this hypothetical interview question assesses your willingness to work with difficult clients and your approach whilst doing so. Remember to say that you will always put the organization's goals first. You will not take anything the client says or does personally, and you will do all you can to always provide an excellent service. Here's a great answer to help you. I would enjoy the challenge of working with the client, and I would try my best to build a connection with them to meet their needs and to make the process as smooth as possible. I would start out by assessing the client's needs, what it is that's important to them, and what challenges they had. This would then give me the information needed to meet their needs. Now, at all times, whilst communicating with the client, I would be confident, resilient, and consistent. Finally, I would always keep the client updated regularly with progress reports, and I would answer any questions they had. So there's 7 brilliant example answers to those difficult hypothetical interview questions. Now, if you want to download these and more brilliant answers to difficult situational interview questions, click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video. Head through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of situational interview questions. It's a brilliant resource. You can have it within your inbox within 2 minutes from now, and it's going to help make you the standout candidate. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get regularly updated whenever I upload new videos. Make sure you give the video a like. I appreciate your support. And don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always good to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your interview.